waited until we started recording to make noises.
I know. We wanted to warm up on the mic.
What does this remind you of? What does this remind you of?
A shake weight.
A shake weight.
Okay, cool. All right, nice.
What did you think it was going to remind us of?
I bought it and I was like, fuck, it's like girthy. Woo-wee.
You squeezed it too while you were saying that.
When Vision was created, did he get a penis?
No.
I don't think he has a penis in this movie.
Well, I don't know how he.
Well, yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I think he can create a penis.
Yeah, I think
He
maybe
can create whatever. Okay.
Yeah, he can look like whatever. Because he certainly wasn't born with one.
Yeah, because why would you do? Why would you make a robot?
He's got a butthole too. What the fuck?
Why would you do that?
Does he eat? He eats, right?
No, he said he hadn't eaten in Civil War.
He doesn't have to eat.
Oh, so he for sure doesn't have butthole.
Yeah,
why would
sure.
he need it?
Mm-mm.
So he's probably got no. I guess he's got organs.
Ultron didn't pee or like poop, didn't he? Like,
Yeah, but Ultron.
Yeah, but
also
Ultron
didn't
was in the cloud.
Oh, that's what he.
Yeah.
Welcome to Countdown to Infinity. Sorry. Hold on.
He had mocos.
Yeah, mocha. Well, welcome to Countdown to Infinity, an Avengers podcast. That's not how
Endgame
we
edition.
started. Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, let's do it a fourth time. Welcome to Countdown to Infinity, an Avengers podcast. This is the Endgame edition, season 2. My name's Emmanuel. Come on down.
John, say your name. What's
Oh
your
yeah,
name?
my name is John. Sorry.
Yeah, John was just looking at us like,
waiting
you
for
were the
to-
contestant on The Price is Right, and you never answered the call.
I was waiting for you to stop singing. I was like,
Ghostbusters, answer the call.
Is that when they
my
say
name's Andrew.
come on down? Is that
Andrew. Yeah, come on down.
Cool.
Yeah, well, it's yeah.
Did
I was
you
like, it's Drew Carey now.
Did you ever see the documentary where that guy memorized every price of everything?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Respect.
Respect.
And you-
Respect.
It was funny because wasn't he there with Drew Carey, right? And like, so he guessed the price, and Drew's like, "That's correct." And he looks at like the guy, and he looks at his card, and he's like, "Do you have the answer somewhere?" He's kind of like, moving his head around, like
He's like, nope.
scoping the guy out. Yeah, he's like,
I'm just the Rain Man of this.
Cleveland rocks. Drew Carey.
So this
Drew
episode,
Carey.
I love the Drew Carey show too. Did you
You're
ever watch the
welcome.
Drew Carey show?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh fuck
That
yeah!
show was my jam, dog.
Fuck yeah!
Yeah.
I love Mimi. She's the kind of the one with
You
the
would say
crazy.
that. I knew you were gonna say
I
that.
think Craig Ferguson, all the characters in there. Craig Ferguson.
He's the best.
Who was the other
the
one?
guy from Whose Line? Was
Ryan
on there.
Stiles.
Yeah, Ryan
Yeah,
Stiles.
Ryan
he's
Stiles
pretty,
hilarious.
pretty fucking
Oswald.
funny. Diedrich Baker.
I feel like he
Bader.
was on for a long time too, because there are several. There's a lot of seasons.
No, I
of
think
this
he
show.
stayed with it probably to the end, maybe.
Yeah.
Welcome to Countdown to Infinity, the Drew Carey edition.
Drew Carey.
Countdown to Carrie.
Moon over Parma, bring my love to me tonight.
Drew Carey always has a smile on his face too. He's
Guide
like,
her to
"Hey."
East Lake.
I mean, come on, man.
underneath
You-
your
what are you gonna
silvering
do?
light.
Oh, I sound like Steve Buscemi.
Yeah.
What the fuck, man? I told you. I'm thinking of Fargo now. He's like, you fucked up, man. So this week we're talking about Drew Carey and Steve Buscemi. I'm just kidding. We're talking about the Steve Buscemi of
The Marvel Universe. The Vision.
The Vision. Yeah, it's kind of weird because I know we talked about some of the really big, heavy-hitting characters, and now we're talking about a robot.
It's very true. Yeah, well, and it is, I guess what you're pointing out is that he's one of the more like backseat characters.
Yeah.
Doesn't have his main a movie or anything like that. I mean, he is heavily involved in Age of Ultron, which as he should be.
Super powerful.
Yeah.
He is a Infinity Stone.
Yeah. He wasn't in the comics, but yeah, he is.
He's a walking MacGuffin. Basically.
Yeah, for sure. And
Like
I think
he's a walking McMuffin.
And you know what sucked is that like as soon as they put the Infinity Stone in him, we knew that like, ooh,
Someone's
someone's gonna rip that shit out of his head.
Vision is played by Paul Bettany. But before we talk about the movie, let's talk about Vision in the comic book.
Yeah.
Is Vision in the comic books? Inquiring minds want to know.
No.
Oh, wow.
Strictly just created for the movies.
That's
No,
so
yeah.
Raven has
That's
visions.
so Raven. I'm ready for that Spider-Man spinoff. That's so Craven.
The
Hunter. You heard it here first. If someone steals that,
I love the
copyright.
Yeah. Well, so from
From the comics.
yeah, from the
Yeah.
comic books, Vision.
Yeah,
How was he made? What's his deal?
So the very first version of him was more of like an alien, like picture like more like Martian Manhunter, like the big green head type thing. He still had the same like getup, almost like the cape, with the big collar, and but the one that everyone knows is the Android version, which was kind of reintroduced later on after he was officially created, and so it's kind of like he has like two first appearances. It's the first appearance of like the Vision by name, and then the first appearance of the Vision, the one that you know, the one that was created by Ultron.
What's
and
his
fell in love with Scarlett
superpower?
Witch.
What's Vision's superpower in the comic books?
It's kind of weird because it's essentially everything you see in the movie. Like he phases and he shoots that beam out of his head. Super strength, flight. He can go invisible.
I think the main one is like the phasing though, because
yeah.
you saw him do that in the first appearance where
He's like the
that was one of the things because he attacks Wasp as his first like act of I guess reintroduction or whatever.
he kind of reminds me of the Martian Manhunter
Yeah, I said that.
from DC.
I said that like 5 minutes ago.
Really?
You were looking straight at me and just like, hey, I'm not listening to this motherfucker.
Well, I was just thinking about it right now, and I think it's because you brought it up.
Yeah.
Because I was like imagining, I was like,
where have I heard that from?
Yeah, I was like,
Oh,
man,
yeah.
who else has a cape like that? Martian Manhunter.
Yeah,
Who just said
he
that?
phases too. Yeah, he phases
Yeah.
and has super strength.
That'd be a sick movie, huh?
Yeah, he attacks Janet Van Dyne, and she kind of like shrinks and tries to get away from him and closes the door. She's like, haha, he's trapped. And then he phases, and that's when it's like, whoa, like he's way
can
more
go
than
through,
just
yeah.
a
So
man.
in the movies, he is a really critical part of Avengers
Age of Ultron.
Age of Ultron.
Which he is because Ultron created him in the books. Like that new version of Vision, he was created by Ultron in the books, which again was created by Hank Pym. He's got a lot of ties to like the Pym family.
Yeah.
Both Wasp and Ant-Man and Giant Man, whatever the fuck you want to call him.
So from my point of view as a film watcher, as an Academy Award watching viewer, yeah, that's right, guys. I'm an Academy,
watched the Academy
Award viewer. I'm gonna put that on my IMDb. Put the Oscars there. Just put viewer. But as an Oscar watcher, the way that I viewed him in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is Jarvis, all grown up, baby.
Oh yeah, that's something that we didn't actually touch upon.
Yeah.
Well, and we're talking about the comic book version. I think that's why. But
Oh, because of Wonder Man. Now it kind of makes sense too. Because like so in the comic books, he's created due to like memories of Wonder Man that Hank Pym has like in his computer or some shit like that.
yeah, see, so it was based off of
So, Ultron,
essentially a
yeah.
hero.
What
before.
time? What time do you think that he was introduced in the comic books? I mean, I guess we can just Google it. But was it like the 19?
No, the 60s, I think. Actually.
Well, again, it
Interesting.
just depends
68,
on which one you're
68.
talking about. Because
Okay.
the one that you know is a reintroduction of the character.
When was the android?
Well,
guy?
we're talking about the MCU one is based off of the
1960
very modern one. It's like 68.
That's so interesting to me because I don't know what we thought about computers at that time, where we thought that was
what they would
possible.
do. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're like, oh
guys,
my god, they're gonna wear spandex.
don't
and-
buy a
yeah.
computer because
It's
it
gonna
may
wear a
come to
cape.
life. Yeah.
So yeah, he was introduced in Avengers 57. He's created by Roy Thomas, Stan Lee, and John Buscema.
Steve Buscemi?
John Buscema.
John Buscemi.
So now we kind of have him as in the Marvel Cinematic Universe as a product of something that Iron Man was working on
with Bruce Banner.
with Bruce Banner.
Also, it was Jarvis and the Infinity Stone, and then Hulk. Thor uses his lightning. It's kind of like it's like a kind of
it's like
mystic,
alien technology plus
yeah.
this plus that. and-
Exactly, a mystic cherry on top by Thor with a little touch of lightning. Salt Bay it with lightning.
And and he kind of has an interesting storyline in the 3 films that he's in, because I believe he's in Age of Ultron,
Yep.
Civil War,
Civil War.
and then Infinity War.
It's all ensemble pieces.
war,
which is
war,
crazy.
war. What is it good for?
Absolutely not.
Here we go. Kidding.
Listen to me.
So I feel like he very early on is kind of this fish out of water, like what is happening, really existential. What's life? What
is
am I?
life?
What am I, Mama?
Well, and they give you some heavy hitting material right off the bat by having him lift Thor's hammer. And it's like, haha. Like, oh, this guy's good
Yeah.
at heart. I guess essentially the hammer thinks he's good or whatever.
He's innocent.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just a machine.
Yeah.
Like you put
The
I can lift
elevator.
Thor's hammer hard.
Yeah, because you're a machine.
Yeah, well, I'm just good at lifting hammers.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's my job, but the only bad thing about my job is I can't bring them down, so I can't ever hammer anything. I just do the
They just
upwards
stay up
motion.
there.
And that's it. That's it. Someone takes it from me. And then in Civil War, we'll talk more about when he was created in the Marvel Cinematic Universe first, but he is ultimately the foil for Ultron because he's made with the same technology, the same sort of technology.
Right, and this one,
It's like Ultron gone right.
Yeah.
Like Ultron was
Yeah.
basically their
He's
experiment
in that
gone
body
wrong.
that was made, special.
it was made actually. It was made to be Ultron's like perfect form,
Yeah.
basically, and then they steal it and they reprogram it
Because
into being.
Ultron's in the cloud. Like I don't want to say the cloud, but
in
he's
the cloud.
he's moving around. He's
all over the internet.
Yeah,
He's like a
jumping
virus.
from this
Yeah.
body to this body to this body.
And he needs like a perfect form because the
Yeah.
Avengers can defeat like every single body that
because
they've
the Avengers
thrown at
can
him.
defeat the internet.
Oh my gosh, just like
Actually,
that.
they can't. That's why the Vision.
And Kim
can't.
Kardashian broke the internet.
Yeah, exactly. Therefore, she broke Ultron.
Ray J. Do you ever? Well, describe his body. Wait, no,
Well, you see,
not Ray J's body.
Bodacious.
Not Ray J's body. Describe Vision's body. Is it organic? Is it made out of?
It's made out of vibranium.
What the fuck is it? Yeah, I guess so. I
Right?
guess it's organic, like tissue, because they in the beginning
gets
of
sick.
Age of
It's kind of
Ultron,
like a fuse of like organic tissue and vibranium.
right? Because don't they heal Hawkeye with the same technology
Correct.
that she
Oh,
says?
Oh, I
she
remember
prints-
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so it's like it's
Skin.
synthetic like skin or printing skin out, and then they fuse it with adamantium, fucking
Ooh,
vibranium.
X-Men.
they fuse it with vibranium
Wakanda.
to make that weird futuristic fucking godlike body
Weird thing that he does. Yeah.
because he does do a lot of weird shit like
Powered
yeah,
by
phasing
an
through
infinity.
shit.
Yeah, they don't really explain it. They're just like,
Yeah.
he was made by this, and that's how.
Well, I mean, it makes sense too because eventually, when you get to Black Panther, you figure out that vibranium can do lots of stuff, not just like be
Yeah.
a
It
metal.
has energy. It
So,
has so
yeah,
much.
exactly. So that
It
makes
can give someone the strength of the Black Panther.
Forrest Whitaker, baby.
Yeah, nice.
The Last King of Scotland.
okay.
I know that as an Oscar watcher, as
Save
an
the
Academy
rebellion.
Award
Save the
winning
dream.
watcher. So Vision ultimately helps in Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
In Civil War, we kind of see him in this weird place because I feel like he's better than everyone
Well,
in a
yeah,
way.
exactly. He doesn't have he doesn't have a place in this fight, but he's like almost like above.
He's following the rules because
Yeah,
they're there,
Exactly.
but he doesn't have to.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not really. I mean, he's like a Spock. Like he sees like a very logical point of view to things.
He's like conformed because they makes them feel better, type of thing.
Something like that, I guess. So, like because he also says it at the beginning of Civil War, like that their presence invites challenge, and challenge breeds catastrophe or something like that.
Yeah.
And so he thinks like all of this stuff is happening because of them, and it really kind of is, because like it's been just stuff that's been escalating since the first Iron Man movie, really. So like he starts to think like for the greater good, because he says he's not on like anyone's side in Age of Ultron. He's basically just on life's side. So like he tries to be like a peacekeeping robot, I guess, in that one.
Well, that's kind of what Tony Stark was trying to do, right? Creating
With
this.
Ultron?
Yeah. They kept saying it in the movie. Now I'm forgetting it. Like, was it Peace in Our Lifetime or something like
Peace
that?
in Our Time or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
And so it's interesting that he's kind of this all-empowering.
What is it?
Figure.
The iron suit around the world or whatever.
Yeah, but like, yeah, it is kind of cool that Vision is like that character, because he is basically like, it's like what Drew said, like he's Ultron gone right.
And I feel like they're kind of the rest of the Avengers, because they're all in Civil War. Most of them are in Civil War. Earth-based Avengers, I guess. A lot of them kind of see him, and I feel like they don't know what to do with him because he's created now, but he's obviously not exactly what they were. It's not exactly what Tony was thinking of when he started working on.
Well, yeah, and he
whatever
says that as
happened.
soon as he gets up,
He's
he's
kind
like,
of a
"I'm not
mistake.
Ultron, or
Yeah.
I'm not what you meant." He said, "I just am." I'm just kind of figuring it out too.
He's a weird like black sheep in the Avengers
Right.
universe.
I think they use him specifically. I don't think they use him for like these little raids that like at the beginning of Civil War that happen.
Yeah.
Like they don't use him for stuff like that. But I think they probably see him as like a very strong weapon, because he really is. I mean, because the dude can do like really anything.
Infinity Stone.
So they see him as like this weapon, or like maybe as a last resort, possibly. But the dude is like kind of all knowing, and like he is like a machine, and he's like he is very off key compared to the rest of them. So
He's incredibly powerful.
Yeah.
So you're right. They kind of just keep him off. But I feel like part of him also does, at least in Civil War, part of him doesn't want to be involved in too much because
Right.
he likes to hang out at that apartment.
Mm-hmm. And then the only reason he is involved though is because of the inclusion of Wanda Maximoff.
Who she is. It's funny because Vision being the black sheep and Wanda feeling like she's the black sheep. No wonder they kind of go together. But yeah, like the way you said, he is super powerful. So you can kind of tell as to why they have to take him out early in Infinity War and kind of incapacitate him, because if not, the movie would have been fucking easy. They're just like, hey, bring the Vision out. He just kills this person. All right, let's keep going.
So I guess we're on Infinity War. So like Infinity War,
and you forgot to talk, I guess, just in general about his relationship with Wanda.
Yeah, it's really important, I think, because he's
there in Civil War.
Because
really.
I mean, you kind of get the seeds of it in Age of Ultron, where he goes in and saves her. Where like, I mean, her brother died. Why are you gonna, why not just kill this other one too? When he comes in and swoops down and is literally
it's like a hint. Yeah, it's kind of like a Superman moment right there.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah, 100%. And that's kind of one of the more I think exciting points for me in Age of Ultron, because obviously to me Age of Ultron is the least best Avengers film. So it's not saying it's bad, but I think the first one and Infinity War have so much on it that was one of the shining points for me of Age of Ultron, is to kind of see that like, oh, it is, because I mean he's kind of like
but see, you're talking about is where he flies down.
Yeah, because you didn't know if there was going to be a connection, or who knows if he's even going to get his own movie, which he still hasn't. But they're kind of like the Luke Cage and Jessica Jones type thing, where like they're pretty notorious for being a couple, and like the power couple, founding members of the Avengers and whatever.
Well, she's really important to him, because without her, I don't think he would feel at all human, even though he's not human.
And that really shows in Civil War when they start their relationship starts growing in that one.
It's a very Wizard of Oz type thing, where it's like, oh, I have a ticker, my heart,
what?
The heart, the heart, Osborn.
You have a what?
A dicker.
Down. I mean, we'll talk about Infinity War now. Before we're going to talk about Maximoff a little bit more later on, about all of the other characters that are really important to him. But in Infinity War, his arc takes a really important turn, because he is an Infinity Stone.
Yeah.
And there's really no one else other than Scarlet Witch who can kind of contain what's going on with him.
Right. You even see like the normal Earth Avengers in that movie don't really know what to do with him as soon as they find out.
Yeah.
Why he's like, or what, when the situation happens. I mean, that's basically the motivation of the Earth Avengers to actually to team up again, just to hide the Vision.
Protect him.
That's what's pretty cool, is that they just kind of have to put their backs up to the wall, and they're just like, all right, we got to fight whatever's coming.
Because they know him already. And
Wakanda.
Yeah.
We talked about how sacrifice is a really big theme in the Infinity War,
movie,
the entire movie.
Yeah.
But the Scarlet Witch can just destroy.
Because her power stems from the Infinity Stone that
she can just
Baron
straight up
von
kill.
Strucker, she was kind of tested on or whatever.
So it's one of the biggest sacrifices in the film is, for the good of literally everything. Would you sacrifice Vision,
the person you love,
by taking his life?
Mm-hmm.
And she chose wrong. I'm just kidding. Because
they lost.
Well, so the whole movie, or his role in Infinity War, seemed to me like, I mean, he was definitely a walking MacGuffin, but partially too with him accepting the fact that maybe his life isn't not important, but is not worth the death of half of
billions.
everyone.
And that's what's crazy,
Trillions,
is that he spends the whole movie getting his ass kicked, and he's the strongest one.
He gets stabbed early.
Yeah, him, Vision, Scarlet Witch, Doctor Strange are easily like the biggest powerhouses you have, and they kind of force them to like either be separate, so that way they're not as strong on their own, or they take him out immediately, like the way they do with Vision.
Yeah,
while he's not looking.
It's
stabbed in the back, literally.
Yeah, you're right. Vision was injured for the majority of the film.
Yeah, instantly. So.
And that does make sense. So.
Yeah, well, and even like the fact that the Hulk's not there, they're like, let's take out the Hulk, let's take out the Vision, separate Scarlet Witch and Doctor Strange.
I don't know what. I guess all of them. I mean, we're kind of leading up to it, probably in Endgame, where all of them try to kill Thanos. But I remember the line that Thanos says after it. They try everything, and he's like, "All that for a drop of blood or something."
Oh yeah.
After that, like 30-minute
him.
attack where they all planned it and they're
Mm-hmm.
trying to do everything. I was like, man, I wonder if we'll get 2 drops of blood next time.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe.
But let's talk about.
They cut off his head.
I don't want to say the sidekicks, but the secondary characters for Vision.
Supporting characters.
Supporting cast. I would say the first one I'll think of, and I don't know, and this is a question I'll pose to you
Ultron.
guys: is Jarvis separate from Vision, or does he really begin with Jarvis?
No, they're separate entities, I think, for sure. Obviously played by the same person.
I think so too. I think it's very important to note that I'm not sure if there would be a supporting character, but they're kind of the same
thing, right? Does he have all of Jarvis's memories?
It's a version,
No.
yeah.
He
I
does?
thought they did.
So.
I thought because he put Jarvis's consciousness.
Let me ask
into
Siri.
it.
Let me ask
Maybe.
Siri.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Hey Siri. Oh shit. No. Okay, fuck. It's actually doing it.
Siri answered him, folks.
I'm sorry if all of your phones just
Yeah.
started, whatever. Alexa, Google, whatever Google things is. Hey, okay, Google.
So, but I think Jarvis, definitely. I would probably put him as there. So, like, he would probably be a pre-Vision type of Vision.
Yeah.
type
Well,
of
I
thing.
just feel like
Pre-Vision.
if he was more Jarvis, then he would have more of a connection to Tony Stark,
Right, yeah.
if anything. But they're like, it's just like, nope.
Yeah.
You're not. I helped create you, but that's it.
One of the interesting things, though, is Jarvis doesn't return after this. Like,
Yeah,
it's
it's
not
Friday.
like, yeah,
because
it's a different name.
I think it's gone. Like I think the remnants of Jarvis, because they talk to Jarvis too, like before they throw him
They're
into
like, hey,
Ultron.
Vision, can you record a voiceover for Tony's HUD?
Yeah.
Yeah, just do it. It makes it feel more comfortable.
Because I think
Hey,
before
Vision, what's 4 times 20? I'm kidding.
yeah, 'cause I was
420,
like,
blaze
I'm
it.
sure that's a scene where they speak to Vision. They're like, "Are you ready to go in there?" And he's like, "Yep, ready." And then he just comes out different because
Yeah.
remember that only half of Ultron's consciousness is put into Vision's body before they upload the other half of Jarvis's.
So it
So he's-
mixes. It's like an Ultron Jarvis baby.
It's like a hybrid, yeah. So yeah, I'd definitely say Jarvis. Who's the other? I would try to think of some other like supporting characters. I would say Ultron
Definitely.
as a supporting
Ultron.
character for
They're
Vision,
they're cut from the same cloth,
right? Mm-hmm.
the same loin cloth.
Gross.
I would say the other big. I mean, the other one technically that kind of ends with. I mean, because he doesn't. The supporting cast would technically be if we start naming just like real small ones, we might as well just name the entire Avengers team.
Sure, yeah.
But
What?
no,
Wait, what?
Well, I'm saying like
Everybody.
if we named every one, like
Thanos.
if I named a Hawkeye,
yeah.
like I mean, you can
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can put it to anything else.
Well,
So it's Scarlet Witch is obviously his biggest
the
supporting
biggest
character.
support, yeah. And it's kind of weird that before this episode, I was thinking like, what's his relationship with everyone? And he doesn't have a
but-
huge
With a relationship with anybody.
with anyone other
Yeah,
than Scarlet Witch.
Most of his scenes are either with Scarlet Witch or like team ensemble that like he gets kind of blended in the
Yeah,
background.
they make jokes a
Yeah.
lot with him.
Hulk comes to save him in the second in Infinity
Yeah.
War. That's about it.
But I also
Captain
don't know
America.
of a single character that kind of can empathize with him or know kind of what he's going through, other than
Thor?
Scarlet Witch, because Scarlet Witch was made kind of too.
Kind of something like that too. But I think Thor too, because Thor kind of operates at a higher, at least at the end of Ultron, the end of Age of Ultron, you see Thor kind of like having like a talk with
Yeah.
Vision before he takes off. And I think because Thor comes from like he's kind of like a higher life form, like I think he probably can, in some capacity, probably relate to the Vision.
But since we're speaking on Thor kind of and being a higher power, the more I see, so after Guardians and I'm sure after Captain Marvel, but the more I see this extended universe, the smaller I think Thor is in it. Does that make sense?
Right,
Like
yeah.
initially I was like, Thor, like he's the most powerful in the entire universe because he landed on Earth and here he's fighting with the Avengers. But the more and more we see of kind of the galaxy, I'm like, man, Thor's just an alien.
Yeah.
He's just
Oh, yeah,
one of the
definitely, yeah.
aliens of the million things. I mean, that probably...
Illegal.
That's right. Build.
Yeah, so I totally see that because his universe. I mean, the universe does get smaller when you make more movies to it anyway. But
Yeah.
in that grand scheme of things, only because like you only heard of 9 realms when this whole thing started.
Yeah.
Like there are
Yeah.
way more realms. than
Also,
that.
Earth is fucking lucky to have this many heroes on this one tiny
It's
little
like small
planet.
little planet. Yeah.
Literally 50.
there's going to be also a million more probably in the next 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, let's talk about his villains now. I can only think
Ultron
of
again.
2 big ones. Yeah,
I can take 3.
Ultron
actually.
again.
There's Ultron. Yeah. And
Okay,
then
what's the third one, idiot?
I would say
Hawkeye
now.
Hawkeye.
because there's an interaction in Civil War where
I would
he
say
fights
Cor-
Hawkeye.
I would
and
say
it's actually not
Corvus
bad.
Glaive.
Yeah. Hawkeye,
That's true.
Corvus Glaive, and
Thanos.
Ultron.
Well,
I
Hawkeye.
mean, Thanos is like
I always thought
everybody's.
Hawkeye was like the father figure to
Scarlet
Scarlet Witch. Because you're right, in Civil War, he has to outsmart Vision,
Vision,
yeah.
to get away, which is already insane.
He does kind of put up a good fight though.
Oh, yeah, he sure does.
For a human, I think.
Yeah. And so it is kind of, I feel like it's less out of like some kind of weird hate, but maybe just being protective, I guess, over Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? Hawkeye wasn't in Infinity War, so I mean, something must have happened between the two of them.
Boom.
There's just like a little something going on over there.
He's
but yeah.
married.
But
Thank-
Ultron is like probably his own main
Yeah.
villain, really, until he gets to Corvus Glaive, who he does spend a
Fight
great
a
deal
lot.
of
Yeah.
fighting in.
And he's the
Infinity War.
most bitch made of the Black Order also.
Yeah.
So it's pretty. He gets low tier Black Order.
Are you serious? I
But he
thought,
dies too, right?
No,
Who?
Cole Obsidian is the big one that fights everybody. Proxima Midnight fights everybody else, and then that's it.
Corvus Glaive just
Oh
fights.
no, who's the
Ebony
other one?
Maw?
Ebony Maw. Yeah, exactly. Ebony Maw fights Doctor Strange and
Yeah.
Spider-Man and Iron
Ebony
Man.
Maw was kind of made to fight Doctor Strange.
Yeah, Corvus Glaive is
Yeah,
all.
because he got telekinetic powers.
Yeah, that's
and
like
stuff,
his guy. I don't see
For
it
some
fighting
reason,
anyone.
Corvus Glaive looks like he's the most bitch made, but for some reason, he needs to be the most overpowered to even like take out the Vision in like 5 seconds. Like,
Yeah.
haha, I'm so sneaky that bam, I can stab you in the back.
He also
Or-
fights like Captain America too. But he also
Yeah.
gets stabbed by like Black Widow, who like makes sense because Black Widow's Black Widow. So
nope.
Well,
I've got Vision, Infinity Stone. I'm just kidding.
speaking of our favorite scenes, just kidding. Let's talk about our favorite Vision moments. I will start.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's see. Well, favorite Vision. Honestly, mine is at the inception, and I don't know if this is my favorite just because of the visual part of this, because it seems such a crazy idea, just overall to show sorry. I mean, yes, it's the death of Jarvis plus the creation of Vision, but whenever they go into that weird internet visual in Age of Ultron, I thought it was really cool. I actually liked when Jarvis died, the way it looked to see Ultron kind of taking over.
Too much. They hit me.
You are in distress.
Yes.
If you will just allow me to contact Mr.
Why do you
Stark,
call him Sir?
I believe your intentions to be hostile.
I'm here to help.
Stop.
It's like a little, like one light is growing bigger than the
Yeah.
other light, and like the one light that's winning is Ultron. Yeah.
That was sweet, and a lot of it's even in pitch black. And then, of course, when Vision is being created too, it kind of goes into that kind of world.
That is a
little
very
bit.
yeah.
But I thought that was neat because I didn't think that was a scene that was going to work in a movie. To because that seems they've tried a lot of times to do that kind of effect, like transcendence, or they try to go into the interweb a lot.
Yeah, and then show like a visual representation of what's actually
Yeah,
happening.
and it
yeah.
just ends up being like, oh, this is weird.
it's just like a human avatar or something of
Yeah,
someone.
we're talking
like,
to you,
walking-
Digimon.
And honestly, Vision may be one of the highest concept creation for a really any character in the Marvel Cinematic Universe of all of them.
He's definitely kind of like a Guardians character where I thought that like he would be so absurd that it would be really, really difficult to put him on screen.
Mm-hmm. And to get everyone to understand,
It was
like,
actually like snap, boom.
Yeah.
I made it because of this. It's like some weird.
I wrote code.
Yeah, exactly. It's some weird mixture of like whoever the fuck was in had
Yeah.
their hand in the pot at the time, and they're all happen to be superheroes. So yeah, he
And
came
it's
out
interesting because we kind of talk about this, especially in Captain America's movies, but they have because Captain America's, I would say maybe Winter Soldier has a lot of this underlying like politics and like surveillance and things like that. And Vision kind of comes from that breed of
technology. Just like, yeah, I can see that.
like
I mean, that's-
created for good, but
that's
ended up being bad.
right? Yeah,
or
I mean, or
vice
ended
versa.
up being
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
I
Weird.
think that's. I mean, I think that's probably like the gist of it, and it's pretty.
Marvel
awesome.
doesn't want us to have computers.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Cover up your webcams.
Boom.
I do
Except
remember
for you, ladies, who I pay for. John, what's your favorite scene?
Wow, we just.
What you
that
know
was
what I'm talking
revealing.
about.
He's
That
like, I'm
was
talking about your
revealing.
premium Snapchat.
Here's an ad I'm going to play for you right now. Hey, guys.
Uh, I remember before I say my favorite moment, because I think my favorite moment is in this movie that I'm about to talk about, in the Age of Ultron.
Ooh, that's a nice
I don't know
teaser.
why I had to like build up to the thing that I'm trying to say,
My favorite Vision moment includes Vision, actually.
and it's the thing that I'm about to say. And it's just like,
I think we should preface everything we have to say with saying that we're about to say. Then. That'll really stretch out this Vision podcast.
I remember when
Stretch
I
it out.
heard that the Vision had the potential of being in Age of Ultron, and I thought that was like that was really awesome.
Vision was in Age of Ultron.
I mean, no, but like when they showed him on the poster, like they showed him on
I
that
see.
poster in the background, because you do see like a flying thing in the background with a cape, and you're like, and then you notice you're getting the Ultron story, so you're like, wow, like I guess we're getting the Vision. Then they show his eyes kind of light up in the trailer. That was pretty awesome.
He seemed alien for sure.
Right, exactly. That being said, my favorite moment is in Age of Ultron. I think it's when he fights. It is my favorite Vision moment is probably it's probably when he fights Ultron.
Ultron.
My vision They really did take everything from me.
You set the terms. You can change them.
All right.
And then, like when he fights Ultron while everyone else is, the pre-fight first, because he goes in there and he fights him and he actually burns him out of the internet, which we get another, like, little visual of Ultron being burned out of the internet.
You shut me out.
Yeah, exactly. He was in the.
I didn't know what you were talking about. Sorry.
Well, even more than that, that's actually not what I was talking about. It's actually it was a.
All right, screw you.
It was
John.
a teaser poster.
Hey, you know what? Screw you, buddy.
But that's probably and then a very that's probably my favorite Vision moment because he ends up using that little beam in his head. That's pretty like iconic, and he starts like shooting along with Thor and Iron Man. They're shooting at Ultron.
Mind's eye.
With his mind stone.
Right, exactly. His third
The
eye.
three-eyed raven.
Yeah, his third eye. His
Whispering eye.
No,
Not that.
not that at all.
The whispers to him.
We did talk about
It
his.
tells him when Thanos is near.
I do like that scene. A very strong, probably second would be. I don't know if I'm.
No,
gonna,
exactly.
that's
you can
right,
only
'cause
pick
there's only-
one thing.
God
John.
damn it, I should have picked the
Vision
other
is
one.
already
you can
super
you can
limited.
bring it up if
No,
it's
he
not
can't.
Andrews.
Yeah,
All right,
exactly.
so
Don't
all right,
take them all.
My bad.
Yeah,
So,
only- There's
John's
only
like-
4 scenes.
Yeah, I know with the Vision. I'm surprised we've talked this long on a
Oh,
character
God.
that's only in 3 movies.
It's been rough.
Anyway, yeah, we have this all scripted because we didn't think we were gonna have enough material to cover. Anyway, my favorite moment has to be during Civil War when he's the only one who makes Giant Man look like a bitch. Everyone else is like, "Holy crap, we need 5 of us to take him down."
Yeah.
And then you see Vision. He kicks a bus towards Black Panther, and Vision just comes down and splits it down the middle.
Something just flew in me!
And it's like I'm just kind of like make sure no one dies. Like you guys keep fighting. I'm gonna make sure nobody dies. And then
That's another thing. Vision can fly.
yeah, well, and he tackles he tackles Giant Man. He hits him in the
That's
hip.
true, and he's
he
strong
falls
enough
over.
to do it, yeah.
And then he even
yeah.
he even phases past him. It's like, hey, I see the real thing that you're trying to do. Like I'm the only one that's onto it right now. So Giant Man's the decoy. Let me go try to go after this. And he uses his Mind Stone to cut that big old tower that falls supposed to fall on Bucky and Cap.
Was that your second favorite?
no, it wasn't actually. My
Good,
second
okay,
favorite scene
cool.
is actually.
Oh, thank God.
It's a dialogue
Oh,
scene
thank God!
with him
More,
and the
more podcasts.
Yeah,
It's a dialogue scene between Vision and the final Ultron bot.
yeah. I
And
was
that's a
born
really
yesterday.
cool. Yeah, that's a really cool little
Oh,
exchange that
yeah.
they have there. It's really kind of awesome because it shows.
Like I'm a baby.
Well, Vision's basically like he basically explains why like he chooses to stay on the side of life, and like Ultron's
Choose life.
basically on the
Choose
he's like, well,
life.
no, he's like
Pro-life.
they're doomed anyway, and he's like, yeah, maybe. He's like, but it's not. Life isn't beautiful because it lasts.
Life is beautiful because it is.
And then they
That's it.
basically he destroys the last Ultron bot, which is pretty cool. Like in a really like it doesn't show it, but it basically it cuts out to like a wide shot where you do see like the blast hit, but and then there's just like it calms down. So you knew that Ultron.
That's interesting that you bring it up because I remember the ending of that brings together whatever happens to Sokovia and the death toll. That's what brings together this Sokovia Accords
Cornucopia.
in Civil War, and I feel like that is kind of where Vision is after Age of Ultron. Is he's definitely protecting life, but he's also being blamed for a lot of all the Avengers are being
All
blamed
the life
for,
that's about to be
yeah.
lost.
And so it's kind of interesting. Maybe that's kind of why he doesn't want to use his powers. For
Mhm.
there's quite a few heroes who, like the Hulk also.
Yeah, I told
He's
you
kind
they
of
just always just get
closeted.
depowered.
Also, yeah, because also during that big scene in Civil War where they all fight, he kind of sees that too. He's like he looks around and like he just fucked up War Machine,
The
He just,
carnage.
like, yeah, exactly.
Because like
And,
he could have just like stayed there and beamed all of Team Cap and like won.
you can tell that he's not trying to fight too. Like
Yeah.
he's just kind of like there trying to as a like
Yeah.
like
Well-
he's either there like he smacks Ant-Man, but like it's just because like I guess it's in his way.
Yeah.
Well, and
He
it-
doesn't. He
it's not
tries
like it
to.
hurt Ant-Man.
He protects like Black Panther and like you
Yeah.
know what I mean. So like it's
Yeah,
like,
it's interesting. We don't even see him fully at all. Most of Infinity War, so we
Well,
don't
and-
even see him fighting or trying to fight Thanos.
yeah,
at
he
all.
doesn't. His scenes and it's basically based.
I
he's
told
just
John.
injured. Really,
I said
but,
if he was at 100%, him and Scarlet Witch could have taken Thanos.
Yeah, said they're spending too much time trying to figure out,
yeah,
if you should
exactly.
die or not.
taken.
Yeah.
Did you say taken?
Took
Taken.
straight.
Got
Took.
took.
He got
Took.
took. Yeah, exactly.
Taken.
Took us.
They're gonna take you. I'm doing a Liam Neeson. Here we go. This is the monologue.
They're gonna take you.
They're gonna take you.
And I will kill you.
Describe the person that you've
been took by.
All right, it's a guy. Oh, I sound like Rick and Morty now again. Oh, Rick, it's a guy. He's really angry. All right, Morty, you gotta tell me what he looks like. Look at his eyes. We're going to do that every episode. All right, so those are our favorite moments. Let us know what your favorite Vision moments are, or if there are any left.
If they're the same ones.
Someone's going to be like, well, when the Infinity Stone got ripped from his head and he died a second time within 2 minutes.
I have no doubt
that's
someone will probably say that, actually.
So go to find at Delphin Pod. We'll have a post there on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Let us know what your favorite moments are, and then let us know if he survives Endgame. And speaking of surviving Endgame, what do you think happens in Endgame to Vision?
So
we were talking about this before we started recording.
For sure.
We might have been spoiled on what happens.
Unless it's a prequel series, but Disney is launching more that Marvel streaming service or Disney streaming service,
Plus.
whatever it's called. I don't care. Disney minus. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Disney Plus, and they have a show called Scarlett Witch and the Vision coming out. So whether that's
is it a sitcom?
Yeah. That'd be awesome. I'd be totally down for
It's a
that.
suburban
100%.
family drama.
It's like
Vision, you fried the computer again.
everybody loves Raymond.
Oh no, Deborah.
With the Vision.
Yeah,
Deborah.
exactly. Everybody loves Vision. It's gonna be like That's So Raven, where he's got vision. Anyway, but yeah. So apparently he survives.
Yeah,
Boom.
so like that's kind of our spoiler. Like,
Which
I mean, I don't
It
think
would
they
make sense. So I don't know why not.
It's not. Wait, it's not going to take place in between
in betwixt.
Civil
could be.
War and
Yeah, maybe.
this?
But
Maybe
they also,
not.
I heard that they want to introduce Vision's kids. So like, I mean,
Oh,
Ooh.
which is
God.
a thing. It's a thing in the comics.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
Yeah,
I
And
told
we-
you about that.
know what I'm saying.
I think we're including this in the beginning. But what's the deal with his penis?
What?
Why does he have a?
He can make one, I guess.
Oh,
Or-
that's true. He can just make things. So yeah,
Yeah, 'cause
never
he
mind.
Covered
I'm
it at
not-
the beginning. It's
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
funny. Like we said that.
Because that's yeah.
he wasn't built with one.
Well, because he can make himself look like whoever he wants. It's not just like that's the way he like. Let me look like Brad Pitt. I'm sure he could do that.
But he just looks like Paul
Yeah,
Bettany.
it's just
because
like I don't.
he's
I'm,
like
I'm not
the
trying
actor.
to. Yeah, he's not trying to abuse the power. I bet.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be Mystique. Yeah, you know.
Interesting.
So yeah, I think like that show. I don't know if they've actually. I was trying to think if Disney's actually like announced that they're doing that, or if that's a rumor. The Vision and the Scarlet Witch.
Because there's a couple of rumors out there. Rumor mill.
I think the only one that's been
Falcon and-
confirmed is the Loki one. That's
Yeah,
the only one
exactly.
that's
Loki.
confirmed.
But that one has nothing to do with whether he survives or not. That might
Yeah,
be
because
just
it's
an
being right. Because I heard that one has a different format. Like that one, Hiddleston is actually like he's involved with it, but not in the way you think. I heard
It
So
might
could
be a
like
younger Loki,
like a
but it's
narration
like,
type of like
yeah,
you
like
know.
How I Met Your Mother. Like he's Bob Saget.
Oh my God.
So that
Or-
makes sense.
Yeah. Do you think that he survives, or do you think they find the Infinity Stone, or because towards the end of this, doesn't it seem like they were able to maybe separate the Infinity Stone from
So
him?
I think between Shuri and the technology at Wakanda, I think they'll be able to insert an arc reactor, Iron Man style,
into his head,
Yeah, into his head, maybe.
because they were. It seemed like she was close. She just ran out of time.
Yeah, and then she got took also.
Yeah.
By Corvus Glaive.
So it may be that he doesn't need the Infinity, because I feel like there's no way that the Infinity Stones survive
Yes,
Endgame.
yes, yeah,
Because then
so-
what's the point? You're just gonna make another
Yeah, it's gonna be like
Gauntlet?
the Dragon Balls. Like everyone's gonna go try to collect them again.
more Dragon Balls.
Yeah.
So I definitely feel like they're gonna figure out a way to remove it, and I also think he's gonna survive because
I don't see why not, because he's on the 3 movies he's been in. They're basically been cameos.
Yeah, that's true.
basically.
Let's dive deep. Let's dive deeper, and I think they're
Deeper.
gonna really explore kind of the humanization of him, because you imagine someone with that much power, they may just want to be like he may just want to be normal
Yeah.
and not
True.
deal with everything else. But
Yeah, I was just looking it up to see what originally it is. Isn't it the comic book Vision's head? Because it's not the Infinity Stone like it is in the movies. It's apparently it's just a solar jewel. It's just he's a
Thor
solar
goes
powered
into the sun and makes it.
he's a solar powered robot. So
like
Superman.
Elon Musk.
so they may like replace that stone with that maybe, and that might be a logical
He just needs
thing to do.
life, right?
Yeah,
Or he
something
just
else.
needs,
Yeah.
It's an arc reactor powered by solar by the sun.
Batman's gonna make
Yeah, exactly.
an Aquaman hand for him. But yeah, anything else with Vision that you guys want to talk about? His arc or anything crazy?
Oh yeah,
We haven't seen a lot of them.
Does he die? Probably not.
I'm excited to see more of him. I mean, even if the show shows him in a small, like, depowered capacity, that's still exciting. I mean, because Paul Bettany's going to be back for it. So apparently, Paul Bettany and what's her name? Elizabeth Olsen for Scarlet Witch. They're both in that show.
Elizabeth Olsen.
Yeah, but the sister of
the other Olsens.
Mary Kate and Ashley.
Kate and Ash. Okay, yeah.
Mary Kate and Ashley and Elizabeth.
Elizabeth Olsen. There they go.
Those are all the sisters.
Open invite to anyone in the Olsen family.
Anyone up there.
No, just Elizabeth.
Okay, all right.
The twins scare me.
You're scared of twins?
I'm a twin.
That's what I'm saying.
That's probably why.
I like those twins, girl. That you have.
Okay.
Oh, man.
All right, guys.
Talk about
Well,
Emmanuel.
that's vision for you.
Yeah.
That's some vision.
Yeah, we sure had some vision.
You can't say we didn't do a podcast on vision. You can't say it.
You can't say this podcast didn't have vision because it did have vision.
2020. Vision 2020 vision.
Like, he's running for president? Like, Vision?
I was
Vision
thinking 2020. Of like eyes.
Oh, okay.
I get your prescription.
Yeah, vision for president, I guess. Yeah.
Vision
2020.
2020.
What do you guys have to plug? This is coming out in the middle. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me look at the calendar. It's Valentine's week this week. Oh my God, what do you guys have to plug? What love it?
Why are you going to say it like that?
Okay, fine. It's Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day is just a regular day.
What did you get me for Valentine's Day?
This
fist.
Yeah. Exactly. You know what you said perfect. How did you know what? That's what I wanted.
John, what are you gonna get me for Valentine's Day?
Yeah, he's like toes.
this other fist?
Yeah.
All right.
Muddy toes.
We got room for 4 more.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's what do you guys have to plug in this week of love? But what do you guys have to plug in this week? Oh, I don't like that. What do you guys have to plug?
Nothing. Nice. Cool. No, I mean, if you like the vision, come check us out. Here's a fantasy.
Andrew, you have a new endeavor.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Just a new location, right?
Yeah,
I guess in this case.
New location for the comic shop. So that'll be
brand
cool.
new comic shop starring Andrew.
Yeah, starring Andrew. I'll be there.
If you live in San Antonio, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sorry.
Damn, John's telling you my whole. John's like, if you go to this address and find him.
I mean, you say like Heroes and Fantasies, so like, oh, they can buy online from you too.
No,
I
John,
guess?
they need to go to the fact of the Google search first and then find the address. But some people are just so lazy that they don't even do that. They're just like, oh, if I see that place, I'll go. But chances are they'll never see it.
It's open right now by the time this comes out.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. 100%.
How exciting.
Yeah.
So if your lover wants anything
to do with the Vision, Vision and Scarlet Witch, very Valentine's Day.
Power couple.
Yeah,
Just
power couple. Hashtag power couple.
Yeah, I'm going to role play. I'm going to put a computer on my head.
What?
And I'll be Vision. And then my girlfriend's going to put a Ouija board on her head, and she'll be
the Scarlet
Witch. And we're going to
just wear red.
Wear red, yeah.
I was like, don't go further.
John, what do you have to plug?
Just listen to all the Delphin Pod.
Just listen to this episode.
Yeah.
We should be by the time this airs, there should be a new episode of Fanboy Comics, which is gonna be pretty awesome. Back on its new season, so check that out. I don't know what is on that episode, but I know it's a new episode that's coming out.
Not in theaters.
Not in
theaters. The sitting room's back.
The sitting room's back. Yeah.
Avenger the sequel. We got
Avenger the sequel may not be back, but
it's
coming back.
If you guys want to be all up to date, go to follow us all on all the social media at Delphin Pod. That's also how we're doing these kind of weekly episodes. Yeah, where you guys tell us what you guys think and we talk about it. It's been a lot of fun interacting with everyone. But you can also go to patreon.com/DelphinPod. And to listen to these episodes before they come out to everyone else.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
We also have separate shows there that are just exclusive to Patreon.
Oh yeah, there'll be some exclusive stuff there pretty soon. It's gonna be awesome.
But yeah, thank you guys so much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, guys. See you later.
All right.
John will see you later.
All right, we got about 15 more minutes we got to fill here. So.
All right. Cool. I'm down for 14 minutes and a half of just pure silence.
Of size or
silence? I said.
Oh.
You know of this app? What is it called? Mindful Thoughts or something? It's basically a meditation app. We should record some meditation stuff.
Oh,
so we're all just gonna meditate for the next 15 minutes.
Like, if you guys want to meditate, now is the time. You're getting sleepy.
What? That's hypnotized. You're just
Oh,
hypnotizing
sorry.
people. It's not the same thing.
Shut up, John. They don't know. They don't know.
Sicker than your average. Papa Twist is gonna get it hypnotized.
You're getting sleepy.
Oh my god. With the pudding.
Go to bed. I'm horny. Bye.
Either we fucking or I'm fucking.
No, get that one out.